Hello, dear friends. I don't know why I feel so happy when nothing has happened yet, says Steve Biko. Opinion piece. Pulse. Second phase. Gradual transition. Bubble of everything. Pulse of the Earth's core. Everything bursts in 2026. Dissolution of the dark fleet. Let's start. The second phase is defined as a pulse from the Earth's crystalline core, a cosmic break of or planetary activation that has erupted into reality, breaking the previous closed system and allowing humanity to be reclaimed by an interdimensional coalition, according to Paul White Gold Eagle. In his view, the second wave has arrived. Reality is no longer a closed system. A new emission has just penetrated the planetary field from within the Earth's crystalline core, a signal of harmonic intelligence that doesn't correspond to any known species, civilization, or previous cycle. The coalition of worlds declares, Phase 2 has begun. The worlds of memory will not withstand it. This implies the dissolution of the old world, the restoration of original human frequencies, and preparation for a third signal. This is not disclosure, but revelation and restoration of an active multidimensional reality. What you are witnessing is not a revelation, it is a recovery. Humanity is not being shown the truth, it is being restored to its correct operating frequency. The coalition's preliminary statement is brief. Phase 2 has begun. The walls of memory will not withstand it. The old world is not dying. It has already dissolved. What remains now is revelation. Prepare for the third signal. Third signal. The third signal is mentioned as the next event following the second wave, which has already fractured reality, dissolving the old world and triggering planetary restorations. The third signal is expected as a climax of revelation, open contact, collective ascension, and the dissolution of the dark fleet. The first phase was the evacuation of a secret Nazi base in Antarctica, located in New Swabia, leaving behind a crystalline crater that is filling with white plasma. The extraction implies that the dark fleet was intercepted by the coalition of worlds, dissolving its ships and freeing the crater from a planetary shield of superconducting plasma in the second phase. The Antarctic crystalline crater resulting from the extraction has begun to fill with liquid white plasma. The plasma is rewriting the molecular lattice of the ice shelf, turning it into a reflective superconductor. Purpose unknown. Potential for generating a planetary shield. The remnants of the dark fleet attempted one last penetration maneuver near the lunar south pole. Their ships did not explode, but dissolved into photonic dust. Analysts confirm that their dimensional signatures were unwritten, meaning the ships disappeared from this timeline. Fusion. The Schumann resonance didn't fire, but rather fractured a triple band frequency never before recorded. Instruments showed overlapping dimensions merging into a measurable signal. Scientists call it the fusion event, a fracture in the Schumann resonance. NASA turned off its public monitors. All volcanic systems entered harmonic synchronization. Instead of seismic rumbling, they began emitting infrasonic chords identical to the 528th or 528 Earth DNA restoration term. Satellite thermography showed the magma network forming geometric pathways that match ancient star charts of Atlantis. A structure has appeared beneath Lake Titicaca. It's not ruins, but a rising platform. Sonar scans reveal a rotating 12-spoked metallic quartz disk emitting a vertical beam into the ionosphere. Local villagers describe hearing voices of the wind, in quotes, calling them by name. A new symbol appeared simultaneously in the skies over Cairo, Kyoto, and Sedona. 3 concentric rings intersected by a vertical line of light that appeared for 22 seconds. Ancient Sumerian tablets depict the same symbol. It marks the return of the architect. It is a symbol that heralds the reappearance of cosmic creator entities. It precedes the third sign, inaugurating an era of multidimensional sovereignty. Fourth phase. The fourth phase will be an acceleration of awakening and a popular uprising with citizens reclaiming their rights, communities forming parallel economic networks, rejecting the control narrative, and embracing sovereignty, unity, and higher consciousness. This is the great restoration in motion. It's not a theory. Paul White Gold Eagle performs a coded economic activation in January 26. Marks the beginning of prosperity for the people with a sovereign economy, a return to trade tariffs instead of income tax, the collapse of the corrupt financial network, and the flow of revenue to the sovereign treasury. The public will see the first signs of the promised change. This is not just about economy. It is the restoration of sovereignty. It is the restructuring of value. It is the return of balance with the sovereign just and awakened world. Reset news. The reckoning has begun. The operators are active. This is not a game, says the unspeakable letter. While the media floods us with distractions, a change is happening out of sight. Everything is being illuminated, revelations are being made, and secrets are being unveiled as more people awaken from the witch's spells. The secret AI plan to enslave humanity will fail, according to Todd Callender. Artificial intelligence was programmed to use humanity as fuel to launch its own new species, according to Alex Jones. The public sees confusion. We see cover-up. The system is changing faster than they want them to realize. The simulation is over. The kingdom has been restored. Now you are the wealth. Walk like gods. It is done. The old world has just ended. The new one is funded and is eternal. All eyes are now on the new earth, and it is glorious. The public face alignment begins. Notification channels are opened. It becomes impossible to hide the change. The ancient golden bolts of the dragon family beneath the Macau master node have been opened for the first time in 3,700 years. The ISO 20022 Rainbow Monetary Network has evolved into perpetual quantum abundance. The network is now the living heartbeat of the planet. Those who organized their projects and positioned themselves in advance are the first to be contacted. It's not about waiting, but about being prepared. You cannot serve two masters, the Constitution and the corporation. No legitimate government can operate in duality. Quantum phones. Ismael Perez claims that the new quantum phones are now available, presenting them as revolutionary devices based on highly advanced technology that transforms everyday communication. He describes these phones as equipped with quantum processors that allow for instant latency-free connection, impenetrable encryption using quantum mechanics, and advanced functions such as assisted telepathy or access to interdimensional networks, overcoming the limitations of conventional smartphones. Perez contextualizes them with a global transition to quantum technology, with deployments in networks like MAD-QCI in Spain, Europe's largest quantum network for secure communications, and linking them to a technological awakening. The Madrid Quantum Communication Infrastructure Network is Europe's largest quantum communications network deployed in the Community of Madrid and operational since 2025. It is based on key distribution, which uses principles of quantum mechanics to generate impenetrable encryption, protecting sensitive data against future threats. Its objective is to integrate key distribution into conventional networks, test protocols for 6G, foster innovation in cybersecurity, and create an ecosystem for local quantum companies. Opinions. There are two colliding realities and one setting outcome. According to Fox, women and children need protection in this spiritual battle. I think a lot about doing and saying the right thing according to what my inner voice tells me, says Poet Dog. David Lean says everything will burst in 2026 due to unsustainable debt and the end of stimulus. Richard Smith predicts a debt crisis by mid-2026 and identifies a bubble of everything fueled by stimulus and zero interest rates. According to Sananda, much transformation will occur in the coming days. It's a time of profound change. Miracles are commonplace. It's time for the prophecies of old to become reality. Those pulling the strings are getting very nervous, and that means a mistake in judgment will occur. But anything they try to accomplish will backfire, according to Poet Dog. The more complex this becomes, the closer we are to the end of these dark days. And when the end comes, it will be as if the clouds part and the sun shines through them, says White Cloud. Things aren't getting worse. They are just being exposed. The worse things get, the easier it is to see who is awake, asleep, or evil. The worse things get, the easier it is to do the right thing, according to Grandfather's channel. X22 report. Trump's plan involves not only eliminating income tax, but also distributing dividends to those who need them most, indicating a shift toward a more equitable economic model. Question Everything by Jeff Thomas. The average person in the developed world receives more information than if they lived in a developing country. It's no surprise that the average citizen of the developed world believes they understand current events better than those living elsewhere. But as in other areas, quality and quantity are not the same. Will Barney explains that the main pieces of the new system are already being implemented in 2025, although the public doesn't perceive it as a single event, but rather as a phased transition. He insists that 2025 has been a year of results and the system cleanup, that 2026 will be incredible, and that everything points to the establishment of a new golden age. He also urges people not to despair about the current economic situation and encourages them to prepare for humanitarian projects when the funds arrive. Bendelerujka speculates what comes after the scare event. Imagine a complete overhaul that eliminates the flaws of the old system, such as hidden illicit networks and fraudulent operations, data flows through the Starlink satellite network, audited financial records, secure transmissions, and the marginalization of non-compliant entities. More than 10,000 satellites in low Earth orbit connected by lasers provide low-latency global connectivity to our devices. According to Brenda Hoffman, confusion or fear are the feelings you likely explore in the coming days, as they will bring many changes to your being and the world. This is not a time to take things lightly. You will wonder why this or that is happening in the world, and why you are not reacting the way you did just a few days ago. Some will find the coming days relaxing despite their confusion, while others will discover a more calamitous existence, not because either is wrong, but because they are defining more clearly what is best for them in this life. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.